Welcome to another episode of Behind the Process. I'm your boy Tyler Live. This is Ken, and we're here with a special edition with Martin and Kyla, the Business Club. But first off, I want to congratulate you guys and shout you out because you're the first married couple that we had on the show.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So we want to
Not married.
big
Not married. Not married. Well, still.
Married soon.
Not yet.
Let it slide.
Hey, we speaking into existence. We speaking into
Everybody goes down.
existence.
No.
Well, first couple period we had on the show.
Yeah.
So either way, it's a good look. So I want to start with Martin. If you could give us the background that you told us last time about when, I don't know your exact issue, but you were in the streets a little bit. And
Had some hurdles to overcome. Yeah.
And you said you came to the realization that, you know what, I'm done with this life. It's time to make a change. Can you walk us through, for anybody out there that's in that same position that needs to make a change, what was your mindset at that point?
Well, yeah, I came from a rough background. Came from Trenton, New Jersey. My mother and father were addicts. Well, really, my whole family, for real, and they were addicts. But it was like both sides. My mother's side was more corporate people going to work and school. My father's side was more the street life side. And, me always looking up to my father, I kind of like fell into the street side. Not the addiction part, but just out there running the streets. And, of course, the law came. Yeah. And, I served some sentences. And then one day I just I just got tired. I got tired of living that way. And I changed my life. And since then, I've just been running to blessing after blessing. First meeting my beautiful queen. And then,
Talk about it.
Just everything just unfolded in my life. Very beautiful and blessed.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope right there. A lot of people have a problem like committing to that switch. You know what I mean? So I commend you on that. All right, so we'll fast forward a little bit to when we met you, Queen. Either one of you guys want to talk about that? How you guys came together?
Okay.
We met on a special day.
We did. So, long story short, I have been through a lot. I had left a very bad relationship. I had sold my house. Got a new house, and just a lot of transitions. And I was just stressed out. And I called my cousin up, and he has hookah bars and he does events. And so I called my cousin up, and I'm like, hey, I said, where can I go get some drinks and some good looking? I said, no, some drinks, some good music, and some good looking. Just.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Okay. But I wasn't looking for my man. I was just going to see if I still had it.
Right.
And so he told me where to come, some hookah place he was at, and he was like, it's my man's birthday too. And so we like, all right, cool. So met up and just me and my girlfriends and ran into this man on his birthday. And my cousin introduced us. So I knew he wasn't gonna be bad people. Martin was acting like he was drunk. And he was driving a Maserati.
I wasn't drunk. I know the story. I know the story get a little twisted.
And he told me that he was acting drunk. He told me he lived a few minutes, 5 minutes away from me. So I said, if that's the case, because I know you, I said, I'll drop you off at home. And I want to do you on his birthday.
Right.
And
look at that, taking care of him already from the start.
it was only
I'm talking
his
about.
birthday. He had no friends out with him, but he wasn't even drunk. So because I went to the car, he was straightening the car up real quick. I saw him in the corner. I'm like, oh, he ain't even drunk. And so.
Hey, look, it worked.
That's what he said. And then he wasn't even drunk. So he was taking me to my car after we talked for hours. And yeah.
And then meeting her just really changed me. I was already changed as far as I was like a nail in the street again. I ain't gonna say I was in the street, but I was definitely doing little hustles, little hustles, not in the streets. I'm selling
legal street.
I was selling legal bootleg stuff and stuff like that. I was hustling.
Yeah.
And then when I met her, it's kind of finished me off, polished me off. I was always fun. And it was a funny story. One day, I jumped up and I was like, yo, I'm getting dressed, I'm leaving. I get in the car, she's like, where you going? I was just so used to running and hustling. I
Like,
realized,
that's a good question. Where am I going?
That's right.
I don't know, slow down
It says sit down, so you can sit down and think.
and think,
Because he
yeah.
was always running.
Always running.
I said, just sit down and think.
You know, like being in that world when you're in the streets, that's how it is, you know what I'm saying? Really, like, that's why I'm like looking back on, like, is that really a life to enjoy? You like, you constantly got pressure and stress, like you never get a moment to really think, because if you off the block, you thinking about somebody coming to rob you, the cops
got your head on the swivel.
So it's like that's why I say, like, even though I don't, like, well, I make a little bit more money now, but even when I started off, I didn't care if I made morsels to what I used to make in the street. I had $1 billion worth of peace, and that was the most important thing to me. So I ain't really care about, you know, I'm just tired of being disrupted in life, and like I started to appreciate life because it was taken away from me for so long.
Yeah.
So you decided you guys got together and she convinced you to make the transition. So what was the first step for you to get there? Let me get your feet on the ground and figure out what you want. Like, what was the first step you took? Well, is this the first thing y'all did, or you guys had separate things going on?
Nah, me, I was a serial entrepreneur. She was a real estate broker, investor, and all that. When I met her, I was like, when I met her, I had my trucking company. I was a truck driver, and I had just transitioned out of having my own store. Like, I was selling clothes, I had a barbershop, and then I had jumped into like vending a little bit. I kind of like jumped around, and then you know, started trucking. And that's when I really started getting some traction. And like, far as the financial end, it was a good thing. But then I found her, and I wanted to be more at home.
So his plan was that he was getting a dog and he was going to go on the road, stay on the road.
For a year. Was never coming on because I had no kids at the time. I was just me, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just going the road for a year. I'm gonna buy this little dog, and me and this dog gonna travel the road. I'm gonna just drive all over the country. And I had started driving over the country, and then kind of like me and her used to be when we first met. I used to be in the truck, and she bought me these earpods so I can like always be in contact. You know what I'm saying? So she can hear more clear. And they was the best gift I ever got, because I still got it. The longest gift I ever got.
He used to buy like the $5 AirPods.
Yeah, I used to buy the $5 AirPods, and it's crazy. These AirPods, the travel got stolen, lost the Ubers, I attract these damn shit that I attracted them. I drove to Philly, to West Philly, somebody's house, knocking on doors, just to find my AirPods, because she gave them to me, and it was like one of the first gifts she gave to me. We met on my birthday, and she gave, that was Valentine's Day. We had went to Miami.
Oh, yeah.
We went to Miami.
Okay, so when you guys came together, you were in real estate already?
Yeah.
Okay, so talk to us about when the business club where we're at right now. How did that come in?
Okay. So, I know, right? I'm gonna make it short because it's a lot. But,
Nah, don't make it short. We need to know.
Alright, so I'll try to do as detailed as possible. But, so real estate I've been doing for about 11 years. And so the business club actually started out as just getting an event space. And started out, had partners. We're going to make an event space this side and that side. And opened June 2021 is when we finished the renovations. And opened up in June 2021 after having it for a couple months before that. And event space. It was a beautiful day. Juneteenth was happening. It was the festival down here.
Shout out Juneteenth.
Yep. And I wanted to maximize when people walking through. Now I had one inspection to go. Like Friday I had an inspection. Had 3 things to do. Add those railings up, fire extinguisher, and give them a footprint, like a blueprint of how the seating arrangement was going to be. So I was there for the inspection. So I know I didn't pass totally, but it was small stuff. So I didn't rent it, so I did an open house. And that just means open my doors so people walk past the Juneteenth, they can see me and just get traction.
Right.
And so We might have pushed it to the limit a little bit. We had some music, some DJs, some snacks. But we
And
didn't
this
wanna-
is when you didn't pass inspection yet.
No, I had those tiny things to do.
Okay,
We
all right,
passed
all
the
right.
big stuff, but he was like, you gotta get a railing here. Just give me this fire extinguisher and.
All right, I'm just trying to add some color to the story, trying to make sure we're on the same page.
So
All
I
right.
didn't bring it yet, but I opened my doors and put some music on and made it, a little vibe for Juneteenth, and that was fine. Long story short, somebody went outside. Now this street is like their private possession street out here. It's like the South Street of Bristol, and they like to keep it, quiet and stuff. So somebody was smoking weed right out front. And we was already like the nucleus in the block, and they called the police, they called the inspector, and I didn't even know. I'm walking down the street with a politician, because I found them down the street to come do like the scissor cutting, the ribbon cutting, and police is right there. I just ignored it, walked up, and we just ignored it, and they went away. Did a ribbon cutting, it was great. 5 minutes later, the inspector comes, and pretty much tried to shut us down. And I knew him, so I just asked him if he could do like I don't know how I'm going too deep or not, too detailed or not, but I'm gonna fast forward. But I just said, can we do a soft closing? So if nobody get all hysterical and just give me like 2 hours now, shut it down slowly. So he agreed to let me. And after that, I said, okay, Monday came, I said, can we, our paperwork, give me what you told me on Friday that we have to do to get everything done, give it to the contractor. And so he said, don't do nothing. Get a licensed PA architect to give me a floor model of this building and blah, 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 blah. And about $150,000 later, and 2 years later, and a whole bunch of like fighting, I lost partners. And I just had to do it. And it was just crazy, but we got through it. Everyone wanted me to do legal actions. I said no, because I still want to be here. I ain't done with it yet, and I'm just going to make it work. And so that's what I did. And so 2 years later, of fixing and nose and bullshit, we finally got it open. Now before that, like I said, it was all event space. After I lost my partners and stuff, I decided to, because I like being out here. The water's down the street, and I always turn myself around water because that's like a natural high, my safe space, peaceful place. And so my lease was up for my old real estate office, and I said nobody actually comes to the office like that anyway. I like being down Bristol, and so nobody brings events during the week like that. So I made my little office in the back there. And then before making a real estate office, something came on to me to say, why don't you do co-working so you can bring people together? It's not just real estate, and then you can stay activity and stuff in here. It was a quick idea. We went through zoning. And this is to the point where me and Martin kind of came in together. He came in when the career was coming into the end, and a lot of just fixing, carrying, and crying, probably not crying. And he came in as my
Blood,
muscle.
sweat, and tears, man.
He did. He came in as my muscle, and I wasn't even used to having so much help. And we went through zoning, got it rezoned from just an event space to a co-working space, and long story short, made it happen. And the last part about it is I waited a year for that zoning board meeting, and the day of the meeting, first off, I was in a convention, I had to leave early from, and I lost my voice. So I couldn't even talk to the people.
Told you she
So
be
I
hustling.
lost my voice.
We had
So-
videos, we had pictures.
Yeah, my mom there trying to talk for me. She
Everybody
don't know
was
what the hell I'm
there.
doing. She was trying to get through for me. But it worked, and it was just crazy how it all happened though. They really didn't want us out here. They were scared that we was going to be the hip hop club, and that's how we made the name the Business Club, because they thought it was going to be a club anyway. So we just made the Business Club, where we handle business on this side.
They don't
club on
want to
that
see us
side.
win.
No, and we're gonna show y'all that it's gonna be hip hop, but it ain't gonna be rowdy. It's gonna be success, and that's what was bled. Black excellence came out of the Business Club and coming out of every day.
It's crazy because all of them people that was going, I don't want to say going against, but I don't know, all them challenges,
Yeah.
the same people now that's coming in and welcome us with open arms. So it's,
Oh, yeah.
it's definitely a blessing in that respect too. So we, Kyra been here since the beginning. I really, I'm just thinking the last 2 years what we had to do. So it's just been definitely a fight. I mean, we
definitely worth it.
Definitely worth. We had the pipe break on Christmas.
Oh yeah,
that was an experience. The kids, we had to get them dressed, come down here, pipes burst. We got to fix that.
Christmas night.
It's always something, man.
It was always something. The back had to be finished. We had to wait for them people, and it took like about 8 months for the back to get that. 8 months.
And paying rent, carrying costs, that costs more here than to do at home.
More. I mean, and the kids, like the kids sacrifice too. They here with us sleeping on the futons and
I know, eating pizza
every night from down the street. Until we got
hey,
over
they appreciate it. They appreciate it in the long run.
In the long run,
They got to see the grind.
Yeah, they got to see the grind.
You know, you see a lot of kids who get stuff passed down to them. They don't appreciate it, and then they let it go to waste. Basically, they get it gets dropped down to them, and then basically it just fails. But at least they got to see the grind, so now that work is passed down to them.
That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to break generational. I know I'm definitely in my family. Like I don't got nobody in my family that I can look to that been entrepreneurs. So like I know this is like I always say the 99.1 is 1% on this earth that aspire and go after being an entrepreneur, and then 99% of us, you know, feel safety in the check. And like, I mean, I was never taught that you can like get out here and really put your mind to work and turn an idea to cash that you can live off of. And so, you know, my journey, you know, into the real estate world, I think like all the things that I've done up until now kind of helped me in this because it's organic, it's natural, it's nothing I'm doing. Like, I feel like I'm doing the same thing I always did, but just getting paid for it. Going out talking to people. I'm a natural socialist, so I talk to a lot of people because that's what I am.
So I got a question then. So I know you had to go through a lot to get to where you are right now. So somebody starting off, what mistakes have you made, and like, what would you tell them? Like, don't do this. Just go this route, kind of.
The biggest, I think,
do's and don'ts
is I had to break off everybody in my life that was counterproductive to my success. Like, I mean, even like I love my old friends, I love my family, I do. But to have extraordinary results, you got to do extraordinary things.
Right.
And like I had to really like zone out. Like just zone out. I didn't show up at birthday parties. I'm sorry.
Sacrifice.
I didn't show up. I'm sorry. Like I want something, and like I'm just beginning because
that's real,
my dream is so much bigger. You know what I'm saying? Her dream is so much bigger, and like just loving each other. That's another thing. We equally yoked because we want so much more than we can really see right now. You know what I'm saying? So. You know, we just broke a brick a day. Like, you know, that's my favorite.
Forget behind the process, man. This is black love right here, man. We showing how to do black prosperity, man. Seriously, man. We're trying to grow and have the success. Like, I love it, man. It's like we need more of that. We need that in the community. We need other people to see that. I like it, man. Seriously.
Martin makes it easy. He's a really good guy. Sweet man.
Nah, seriously, just from him like welcoming us in from the last event, and he just started dropping that knowledge on us, and we like, man, like, you know how many young brothers out here really need that? Because it's like a lot of people out here that's in these streets that have no guidance.
I'm surprised how many people don't have guidance. Like, and it's I was blessed because I grew up without guidance too for a long time. Even when I was a good girl, but I didn't know right from wrong.
Right.
And so one thing I did learn later in life was to make your blueprint, not just dream, not just actually set goals, actually like write it down in order and follow it. And that literally is how I can only operate that way. Like my life is on paper, and that's something that everybody should know because people come here all the time. I want to do an event with you. Let's do an event.
Yeah, you talking?
I'm like, well, I'm not an event thrower. I'm like, if I go an event, it's a lead generation event. Or if you go an event and you want me to come, you know, it's events for lead generation. It's for like clientele because I'm in real estate, and so they want to throw events for the fun of it, and they want to partner with me, meaning they don't want to pay for it.
Right.
And I say, when you do that, then like, what do you gain? What do I gain? Now, I don't know if I'm going too deep or not.
No, keep talking.
Okay, well, And so I say all that to say, I would say, and I'll sit down with them because, like I said, it really is great people that come through here. But it tells you, even though you're successful, some people still don't know what's holding them back. And what I realized is everyone that I met with went to go to the event had a great niche, a super duper good niche, and didn't even know how to be a sponsor to like benefit off of it. And then for me to like try to help them, I can't help but start from the bottom, right? The 411 and what's your why and all that stuff that you
Trust me,
need.
she drew.
And I realized that people just didn't know. So I started helping people make their like life blueprint, which is your business, your personal, your financial. That's how your life like actually moves in the direction you want to move in. And everyone that we actually did it with, someone did it with me, leaves lighter and with a plan and super duper inspired. And I think that is why it actually is moving the way it's moving. Yeah, seriously, people are coming out of here like real business owners and making more money in like 2 months and a half, 2 months. And so like it's just crazy how the energy just be so high, Iris. And
that's behind the process right there. She's talking to my behind the scenes.
Really like happening here, left and right, by making life plans and blueprints and having guidance. So I said to say to tie it in to if you are out here unfocused, get a mentor, get a coach, or write your plans down and don't do it like that. That's it.
Okay, just to piggyback off that. No, that was good. That was very good.
I'm passionate about that part.
For somebody like you that owns an event space or stuff like that, if somebody's coming to you with a proposal, what's the proper way for somebody to come to you to collaborate with something?
To collaborate?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm still like trying to figure the whole process out. This is pretty new to me too. But one thing is, unless you just throw events, but like, when you partner with someone, both people have to like benefit from it when you're partnering.
Don't just come with an idea.
Either come to pay or have a pitch that actually makes sense for everybody.
There you go, everybody needs to win.
Yeah,
The
it's a
street
business.
terminology,
It's
don't come
too.
with a hustle, come with a boss plan.
Come with a plan.
You know what I'm saying? So from the street, we'll say don't come with a hustle because that's what I used to do with her. I used to hustle and she turned me into a boss. Like I used to hustle. I used to run around.
Slow down.
Run around.
Hey, look, I think we might refocus this episode and name it something else.
No, sorry, no, bring us back.
I like it.
But yeah, because this is my business. I have y'all business. I love pushing people's businesses, but you respect mine too.
Right.
I wish I could be a community center like everybody else. But at the end of the day, like we all, this is a place for you to have a platform. But we gotta just make messages for everybody.
So, when people come to you with these events and these ideas, do you have like a yes mentality, or like is it certain things you just like, nah, like that's not what we're representing, or it's like, what goes into that?
So when it comes to events, the thing is, I love to hear it. Like I love connecting with people and hearing their ideas. But I was a yes person, and I used to like, I only say yes, but I'm like, stop what I'm doing. I'm gonna have to do it for you, and then I gotta perfect it, and so. They come, I do talk to them, and I help them figure out how to like do this properly where it both makes sense. So then they gotta go back and refigure the plan, and then we come back and collaborate.
Okay. So it's not saying no.
No, I
go
just
back to the drawing board.
One thing
it's gotta
Kyra
have
gonna do,
something.
Kyra is gonna help everybody. She's gonna stop what she's doing sometimes. And she's a natural teacher. So yeah, she do real estate and all that, but I know that her natural role is to teach. And like when I first met her, Kyra's whole thing was to get the community, the black community, to start buying back some of their neighborhoods and create generational wealth. So she believes that will eradicate racism. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Because if everybody got money, what's the be arguing about? Like rich people don't fight. They have fun. The people that got money, they
argue about different things.
Yeah, they argue about splitting the bill or something. That's what rich people argue about. I'm serious. Like, we argue about different things, but
Anger.
yeah, every time we go out to the restaurant, we hear like somebody in back of us all the
I
time.
know, down the street.
Like it'd be like 4 people, and it'd be like 4 couples or 4 different. They splitting that bill equally. They finding out the 15%, but you know
stand it,
why?
man.
Wealth is not a dollar sign in your bank account. It's a mentality. Because if you
Can you say that
have
again?
money,
Say that again.
wealth is not a dollar sign in your account. It's a mentality. Because if you got a lot of money and you don't know what to do with it, it's going to be zero one day soon. And if you got a little bit of money and know what to do with it, it's the same respective. So it's got to be like a mind state. Because I used to be one of them guys, go out there and spend all this money on clothes and big cars and jewelry. And then I was just like,
wasting
yeah,
money.
like at the end of the day, what did that do to me? And now I'm a little bit more free will, you know what I'm saying? I like nice cars. I like my house to say nice and cars. We like the nice stuff,
If it
but
don't make money,
if it don't make money, it really don't make
have a
sense.
return on investment.
If it don't, yeah, but I'm like, it's not making me no money. Like, what's the line in the world? You know what I'm saying? That's the way we got to start training ourselves, because a lot of us we buy into this like culture, social media. We see these things and think it's real, and it's not. You know, half of the people I know for a fact wear fake stuff, Gucci, whatever that stuff is, because that lifestyle, yeah, that lifestyle is hard to live. And think about the country. Like 70% of the people in this country are living check to check. So, what you mean, all the other 30% on the internet? No, it's like, it's really fake, and you gotta really, you know what I'm saying?
Either you can fake it till you make it, or you can really make it happen.
Really make it happen. Some people
really do it.
want to look like $1 million, like, you know that old saying, look like $1 million and not have $1 million. And a lot of investors I deal with, current deal with, they'll tell you they pull up in $1,500 trucks that they had 20 years old, pickup truck. I'm like, this guy got money? He's really gonna buy this? Yeah. And they got that cash. Like, they ain't playing. And like, and then they training their kids up too early, so these kids don't have to, and that's what we're doing. Yeah, you gotta get them while they're young and teach them the value of money and financial literacy, which they don't teach in school. You gotta kind of like drill, because what's your quality of life is built on what? Financial decisions. I don't care how much social studies, I don't care if you know the Indians was here, the Cowboys, whatever you know, and your life is based on your financial, because that's what brings you the opportunity. The more cash or the more ownership you got, the more choices you got. You know what I'm saying?
All right, in the beginning when you guys were coming together, you got the building, what were you guys pulling, what was the down payment? Where you guys pulling the money from? Like, before you making money in here, what you guys doing to keep this money together?
Working.
Day jobs.
Day jobs,
Working. That was the hard part. Because it really, like, it was no loans. It was literally, it was literally 100% of working.
Okay.
Working, you know, and I'm in real estate, so, you know, I used to have money in the bank. And then I've flipped a couple properties. I didn't make a whole lot, but I was, you know, comfortable. And by the time I got done, because, you know, the thing is, this should have been way smaller than what it's supposed to have been. So I had this from my money from my bank account from working. I have a property down the street that I was flipping that I had bought. What else? My real estate business. I forget, but oh yes, I bought another house in Bloomsdale. I had like 4 open projects. And so they all didn't take that much, but this had just went crazy. And so I think, you know, I was kind of just depressed. Not depressed, but when I was going through like my bad breakup before, I think my outlet was investing money and stuff to make me feel good. I was thinking when I was investing and stuff, and if I didn't, I'll be wasting it. And so, when this got crazy, life got crazy, because what should have cost 30 grand, and started making money like, say, 6 months later, costing me like 200 and something grand. And 2 years later, and a little bit of racism, lots of discouragement, but all that happened for a reason, because it broke me down to who I should have been, probably, to be able to receive all the blessings. Took me down from having a cushion to having like nothing.
It's a humbling process.
Very, very humbling. A lot of like lessons, a lot of lost people, a lot of boundaries made, and then from there is when I went to the bottom to like gradually come back up just stronger.
You know what I've learned? So I'm an avid reader, right? So I love autobiographies, and everybody that's made it big has always fallen, like they're doing okay and they fall to nothing, and then they come back up. You know what I mean?
Everybody has a humbling experience.
Everybody falls apart before they actually get somewhere.
So cliche that you hear all the time, but it's so true.
When they say they break you down to build you up, it's like,
yes,
that's kind of really what has to
1,000%. 1,000%.
So,
you gotta trust the process.
So that goes out there. When you feel you at your lowest moment, like, seriously, don't give up. Just keep going, because that might be the little storm you got to get through.
That be that next corner you turn, and they be like, woo!
Look, I'm talking to myself right now, too. Like, look, seriously, like, people got to understand this, man. it's like you go through all that stuff, and then it might be that one last straw that break you down, and you feel like giving up. And that might be the turning point right there.
It is a turning point.
Yeah.
So what was
test.
during those times? What was the thing that kept y'all like, nah, we gotta finish this. We gotta keep.
I think Buffalo was just buried in it. Like,
was too
we
much
were
money.
too much.
They had 200,000 in it already.
Buried in it. And like at the
Wow,
time,
even when we had 50 grand,
yeah,
I still
it's
want to
like
turn back.
we
'Cause
didn't
that was
really
50
see
work
it.
grand.
Like we seen it when we look back. But at the time, like when we run out of money, we just trying to make it happen. Like I'm like,
Get
oh,
back in there.
yo, babe, listen, I'm gonna take this job doing this, or you know, you gotta make it happen. So, 'cause, yeah, you ain't like, what you gonna do now? It's too late to turn
Not
around.
just that though. We knew once it was done, it was going to
It'd be
make
a
sense.
success,
Like
yeah.
that was the big thing. The bigger picture was going to be like way bigger.
One thing I always say, one thing black people want to do is figure it out.
Okay.
We've been doing that since the beginning of times. That's what we've been doing.
But nothing, like they be having, like other coaches be having this set up for them, kind of. You know what I'm saying? I was
Trust
like,
funds,
they ain't got
pass down.
nobody that readily to give you 100 grand, 200 grand. I mean, they don't even got that. So I mean, they
It
can't give it
didn't
to
have
you.
it at one time either. It was
Yeah,
like,
we did,
over here,
but
over there, didn't
but
work,
just
get
working
it done.
there.
Not to
Then-
mention the carrying costs.
Then we got the slingshot business started. Forgot
The
about that.
slingshot, well, the slingshot
We had
came
them,
before the.
What's up in a year?
Yeah.
A year, some change now. Slingshots.
All right, so who is ideally the business club for?
So, the Businesses Club, it's so it serves two purposes. Number one is for coworkers, people who work from home, people who are entrepreneurs, that just want to hang around like-minded people. That's how it started, and now it's for entrepreneurs. It's for people who want to be inspired by just whatever they was dreaming about, actually putting it to life, networking, and just kind of like handling business, whatever you do, in like a cool atmosphere full of like high energy, positive people who like just act like you. You want some reggae in the background, you can still handle business, meet with a client,
I need that.
drink some water, some tea, all complimentary, but handling business with like-minded people. And then if you wanted to do just a private event, that's what that side is for.
Okay.
That side, we'll get to that side.
We're going to get to that
Yeah.
side. And there's a membership, right?
Mm-hmm.
You guys want to talk about the membership?
Yep, so there's lots of different memberships. We have memberships for people who can come every day, just like it's their office. Some people actually have dedicated offices there. Shout out to Shaw Flooring. Right, so for $100, you can get all you can use membership. There's so much for.
That's like
You know how we can pause.
Hold on.
let's take a second.
All right, get a second one. Look at my eyes before she
Trust me, we've been there.
Plenty of time.
We got reels of
I
people
do.
doing
Yo,
it.
that's why I kind of cut myself off sometimes, because I'll go from thing to thing to thing. That mean I was an avid reader, being inside. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to. One thing I said, I wasn't going to pass away during this time. You know what I'm saying? So I worked out, I ate healthy, and I fed my mind. Because I said one day, you know, this is going to pay off. And like, I didn't even know why I read so much. You know what I'm saying? I Rich Dad, Poor Dad. I read Marcus Garvey books. I read anything of substance. I read the USC book, tax code books. I read How to Start Your Own Business. Like anything that was how eBay started. Steve Jobs, I studied all the greats. What makes the great great? Dr. Dennis Kimball was a big one. Think and Grow Rich, a Black Person Choice was a good one. It's called Wealthy Choice. Like so like I started reading mindset books. You know what I'm saying? And as I get into business, like more and more I get into business, I'm gonna tell you, I learned that business is more about what you know, kind of, but the relationships. You know what I'm saying? Like this networking thing, people kind of like. I don't know if people do this kind of, but networking is like the most important thing, bro. I don't know how much money I've made so far in the last few months just off of networking. You know what I'm saying? Because networking is so important. People hear what you do, and you don't even know the industry you might create involved. You know what I'm saying? It's so surreal for me. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I got like people offer me paid speaking engagements, you know what I'm saying, in real estate. Here it is, I've been in real estate as an investor for 6 months. You know, I did some deals, about 7 deals. As a matter of fact, tomorrow I'm closing one of my biggest deals. Shout out to that. Yeah.
Seriously, he said biggest.
The biggest, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, so you just, you know, I mean, it was a process, you know what I'm saying, get to this point. But what you gotta do is like, kind of like, you gotta visualize this before it even happened, yo. Well, I remember, you know, I was homeless. Like, people don't even know this about me, like my whole family. Because even when I came home after I came home, my struggles to be an entrepreneur were real. Like, I was sleeping in my barbershop, you know what I'm saying? I ain't having no car, no money. And I'm basically like, they gave me a stamp card when I came out here, and I used to eat off that, you know what I'm saying? And like, people ain't even know, because I never went to my family. I was too prideful, or maybe, I don't know if it was between pride and me just wanting to do it on my own and not have no excuses. I kind of like just took that to heart, and I never asked nobody for nothing, like seriously, like down to nothing, bro. It was time that I ain't had nothing, like car, no nothing, and I found the way.
I got a question for you. Do you ever think, I mean, this is like not even part of the show, but you said people do come to you to like to do speaking events?
They come to be, yeah, I just recently
Do you
got, well, I'm thinking about, we just had an event recently when we did a real estate event. And it kind of like, that was my first time openly speaking about my real estate investment side, which a lot of people didn't know, because I kind of like get my money and just keep it pushing. Like, I'm not one of those.
Yeah, you got a good story.
Yeah, so I kind of like, you know, I told my story the other day about how I made 30 grand on my first, really it was like 45 to spread, but I ended up coming home with 30 grand on my first real estate deal after 30 days of being in the game, you know what I'm saying? So I closed on my first deal. So I'm just saying, like, you know, just like, you know, I got people now like coming to me, like, and you know, I'm a naturally, like, I always been that way. I used to say, like, why people come over, there'd be a crowd full of people, why they come over here talking to me? You could ask anybody, all through the crowd. And cause I ain't know my blessing then, you know what I'm saying? Now I get my blessing with God. And like, I see a lot of people in real estate, they got different techniques of how they bring in business, and they do all this marketing and stuff. And I actually spent about $5 on marketing, and I'm not joking, you know what I'm saying? I get deals done, you know what I'm saying? I might not do the amount of deals they do because I'm not reaching the amount of people they do it. But I'm doing comfortable deals where I'm making, you know, 10 to 40, 50K.
What they say,
in a deal.
quality over quantity?
Yeah, quality over quantity. And I'm more of like, all my real estate deals that I have done and I have bought and sold houses have been feel-good stories. Like, I'm serious. Like, I helped one guy, a Sicilian family, guy had cancer. You know, I had other people come to me that was in a bad spot, you know, and they wanted to get out of it as quickly as they can. And of course, I got a lot of cash buyers and investors I deal with. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, listen, you know, you can go this route and get, you know, this, but you can go my route and, you know, get this now, you know what I'm saying? And like, I just try to help people, like, cause it ain't all, like, I know, like, I'm never predatorial, like, you know what I'm saying? Cause I'm just like, I explain people their choices kind of, cause like me, honestly, like, I don't need much to live off of, bro. I live like off tuna fish and mayonnaise and peanut butter for a long time. So, I mean, I don't need much. And I don't need much to live. I don't need friends like that, honestly, like, you know, I had to learn that, you know what I'm saying? That's when my life changed too. Because coming up from the street, you know, you got them friends you attached to, and like, their decisions could affect you too. Because the last time I went in, that's what happened. My friend did something, and it kind of bounced back on me, and I was like, damn, like, I ain't even do nothing, you know what I'm saying? Still find myself in the same situation. But who can I tell that to after so many times I've been in trouble? Who can I tell that they're going to believe me? They're going to like, all right, whatever, go ahead, sit down, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, in that process, when I went through that, and I got in that last time I got in that wagon, I mean, before I even, like, I didn't even go through the judicial process, but when I got in that wagon, I said, this is the last ride I'm gonna make like this.
Right.
This is the last ride gonna be like this. They go ahead, I know I did what I did, and they gonna squeeze blood out of the rock on this one, but after this, there's no more of that. And I really came home and got busy.
That was your aha moment.
Yeah, I came home and got busy. I ain't playing. Like, I started from inside, bro. I established some business inside. I had I was selling pictures, cards, and gift cards. And before I came out, I started selling gift baskets.
Hold on, you said you was selling gift cards inside?
I was selling, cards, and I was selling pictures. And then I came home and I started making gift baskets. But what I would do was, I already marketed in in there. So I'm like, yo, guys, I'm going home. Order your gift baskets down, you know. And then when I came home, it got so much bigger than I thought because while I went from selling gift baskets, I thought I was gonna make like, you know, $60, $70 baskets. I started making $250, $300 because guys started putting put this in there, put that in there. And so I found myself delivering the gift baskets, people ordering 3 and 4.
That's dope.
And then I was transitioning from there. Like that's why I said I was a serial entrepreneur. I tried everything. I knew I was gonna do something. I just say no. I know I was meant to be an entrepreneur. I worked for a little while, about 3 weeks. I worked the trucking game from the inside.
He said about 3 weeks.
About 3 weeks. After that third check, I'm like $700 this week. I was like, can't do it. You know what I'm saying? And so I quit my job on that Friday. I said, yeah, this will be the last day. But I put a safety net in there. I told him I had COVID. So I gave myself some time. You know what I'm saying?
But do y'all hear that though? He said COVID. So that wasn't too long ago.
Yeah.
So look at that time frame of how things get shaken. You just put that work in.
2 years ago, y'all was homeless, bro.
Yeah, see?
Over 2 years ago, I was homeless, bro. Like, for real, I ain't have nothing.
So what you're saying that, like, what do you think it is that made you kind of, like, actually accomplish it? Was it the consistency? Was it that you just knew you had to make it? Like, what was that push that had you? Like, I mean, of course, like, because there's people that's homeless. There's people that's homeless and they don't have that push to keep going.
Well, me, I guess I went, like, because I always, like, I'm a big guy. I pick up on things quick. You know what I'm saying? I get into a job. Like, I was working. And, like, so I had to at least work, you know what I'm saying? But I'm like, every time I get these jobs, I go in these, like, factories that I work in. I'm like, I can run a factory. Like, always my mind was, like, somewhere else. Like, man, all they do is hire a couple people. They got a loan and I'm like, that ain't, in my mind, not to disrespect the job, but it's just in my mind. I'm like, bro, I can do this, you know what I'm saying? So always, my thing, even when I came from, like people really, like even my PO, my therapist, my pastor, they all wondered, well, my pastor know that God was with me, you know what I'm saying? But everybody wondered, like, how did you make it through so much?
Yeah.
And if you, like, I kind of brushed over my story, but, my story
Like we need
is
our
way
own
more
episode
deeper,
just for you.
you know what I'm saying? It's way more deeper, you know what I'm saying? But, you know what I'm saying? I just kind of like, it's no excuses, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I can come out here and I can cry and pout and I can say this and I can say that. Well, what that gonna get me at the end of the day? I'm just gonna be beating my feet. And like, I'm keeping it real. I don't like beating my feet, you know what I'm saying? I like to have nice stuff. I mean, I'm just keeping it real. Like, we're only here for a certain amount of time. We're gonna expire soon. So why not aspire to do all you can and live the best you can? I mean, you still got to spend the time. Why not spend the time being fulfilled and happy? Whatever. It don't got to be material things. So I like nice stuff. Don't get me wrong, but it ain't about material stuff. Because Kyrie used to sit down and she's like, babe, what's your big why? And I'm like, I'm just trying to get the bag. Like, I'm trying to get this bag. Like, I ain't got no big wild bag. I'm trying to get this bag. Don't the bills need to pay? Don't these kids need to get fed? I was like that. And she was like, what? And I ain't understand it. And then one day, it clicked. They can't, because if you chase the bag will always run. Bro, you're going to get tired before the bag get tired. So I was like, you know what? What's my big why? And mine was giving opportunity. Like, I'm out here, I do project management too, like property management where like the lawns need to be cut, wash and hook up, little light, like patches in the wall, cleaning up, you know what I'm saying, little light stuff. And I was able to give people opportunities, even in my real estate world. Like, I'm like, even though I'm young, I got younger guys that I'm mentoring and that I'm inspiring. They call me like, yo, all the time. Like, some of them made their first deal, some of them didn't. And then like people like investors and agents and looking up to me, and I'm like, damn, I've only been in this for a little while. Like, what is it? Like, they've been an agent for 15 years. Why they ain't made a deal like this?
I'm like having like a full circle moment right here. Like this, I'm loving it.
Yeah, I mean, it's the truth. Like, I just kind of speak my truth, but I came. I can speak this all day. Like, I can take y'all through because I lived it, and it's nothing like I'm embellishing on. Like, I ain't embellishing on the time I did that. You know what I'm saying? That was a part of my life. But like this, like, I like to talk on this new thing about getting this bag and inspiring people to do more and want more. You know what I'm saying? My cousin, God bless his day, my cousin Turnham Short, God bless his day, got shot the other day, man. Like 2 people got killed, 1 person got shot. He was an innocent bystander. Never, bro, the coolest dude you could never know. Always family barbecue, he the one on the grill, tossing it up. Old, young, and I ain't because some people pass and people like, oh, they was good people. No, this guy was really a good person, you know what I'm saying? Like, never had a, like, I don't even know if an argument was in him, you know what I'm saying? Because that's how good of a person he was. Standing in the corner, waiting for a bus to go to work. Bullets come, 30-something shots. He get hit in the head, passed away. You know what I'm saying? We just had a balloon release for him, his funeral on the 1st. So, like, you know what I'm saying? You never know when it's your time. You know what I'm saying? I say that. You never know when it's time. But the good thing about, I ain't gonna say the good thing, but what the Lord did was he was an organ donor. And his organs went to 8 different people and they helped them move on. So that's the beautiful feel good about that. You know what I'm saying? My cousin, he's gonna be missed. And being though I was gone a long time, I didn't get to spend a lot of time with my family. So this hurts, you know what I'm saying? And being though I was right there on the block with him half an hour before this happened, out there kicking with the young boys, trying to tell them to get into real estate. I'm like, y'all sitting out here, I bought the house in front of you, the house in back of you. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all sitting out here with Bejeweled belts on, Givenchy shirts. Like, this money right here in front of you, bro. Like, come on now. And I left, and, you know, my cousin was out there with us, ready to go to work, hit, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, like that's another thing. I just want to get there. I have done speeches. I work part-time as a drug counselor at the program. I have went back to my high school, done speeches, done different things, you know what I'm saying, in the community. But I want to do more. I want to be more active with that. And I know my wife do too, because she be like my girlfriend, soon to be wife. But I know she wanted to do too, because she got the power to teach me what to really. So she inspired me. So I already know what she turned me from a hustler to a boss, and I know what she can do. Because it only take one. There's only one Jeff Bezos, but he employs niggas, and it's only one Jay-Z, but he employs. So it only take one of them to turn. And I'll be somebody, Jay-Z, Kanye, or whatever you want to call it. Put people on, and I know that's what she want to do with her life. So that's why we equally yoked in all them facets, and that's what kind of help us get through all that stuff. You gotta have, like, for me as a man, I go through a lot of things emotionally because that's why I go to therapy. Like, so keep it real, because you know nobody goes through what I went through and just not have some residual. You know what I'm saying? Even though, there's, some residual effect to it. So I do got my...
So now you admit that you got residual effect to it.
No, I do got my wrongs. I do. I mean, I don't admit sometimes.
Mr. Real, man.
No, in the midst of an argument, I ain't gonna admit I'm dug in, but for real, no whack. But, being in that cell, I mean, I got certain ways with me. I mean, I'm not all the way good, but
no,
I'm
you
good.
Great, man. I was just playing. Okay.
And he's touching on the real subject.
And I'm good with God. And that's another thing. Like God, like before I met Kyra, I was dating other women. There's one woman I was dating took me to church, and she introduced me to this pastor. And the first day I met this pastor, I broke down to her. I swear, I just broke down to her. And ever since then, I kind of found my religion was spiritual, you know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't in too much in the construction of religion, but spiritually, I found my peace, right? And like even me and my people, we go to church, and like we make that a part of our kids. Like we ain't in it because I ain't gonna make no excuses because my pastor saying no excuses, but. We don't go to church every week, but at least we can watch it online. We take the kids.
That's your connection.
We do our best, and but that was a helpful thing to my transition too. Like introduced to that pastor, and she kind of like spiritually guided me into where I need to be. Even though I don't go to that church anymore, but I'm still in contact with her. So, that helped me too a lot, you know what I'm saying? Because a long time I didn't believe in God because of the things. I ain't gonna say I didn't believe in God, but I'm like, where he at?
Yeah.
All this
like,
stuff
why
going
this happening
on.
to me? Like,
Where
that why?
he
That
at?
always that why question.
Yeah, because my life is, from the beginning, I never had a chance, you know what I'm saying? So, that kind of helped me out too, though, so. And then, like, you have to be ready to receive love. Like, I could have went through all that and been a dark-hearted person, but luckily, God just touched my heart, because then I was able to receive love.
Favor,
you know what I'm
man.
saying?
That's called favor.
Yeah, you gotta be open to receive love. And, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, in my woman, everything to me. Like, she know, and that's when I get crazy, because she know. Cause I break down walls for her, like, she already know.
Oh, okay. All right. So hold on. Let's save some of this. Hold on.
All right, so you guys offer a membership here for people that want to do the co-working and everything else that you guys offer. You want to expound on that a little bit?
Oh yeah, sure. So for the membership, we have so many. We're making do it just more and more like daily. We want to make it accessible for anybody who have a dream. So like our $100 is our actually a very good membership. You get just unlimited access. You get notary. You get prints. Content creating hours, a ton of things.
Most important thing, you get Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi and a vibe around success.
Right.
But that's the main package. You can get almost everything included. We do virtual addresses, so business owners that need like an actual address to get your business credit and stuff. We do that here. We have also, that's a membership. It's $19.99 a month right now. And we also have Tuesday and Thursday memberships. If you don't come all the time, if you just want to come like once here and there, that membership is $24.99 a month. It's very affordable. You're not here spending a killing, but we have to still keep it going. But this, if you want to be here, we probably have a membership for you, whether it's a lot or a little bit. It's the Business Club Co. thebusinessclubco.com. And on Instagram and Facebook, the same ones. And then as far as the event space, another membership actually, it's you can, if you're an event thrower, if you're a business person who see yourself doing say 7 events a year, we have a package. It's $2,500 and that's for 7 events. And so it comes to like less than $400 an event, and you get one for free.
So you saying you paid $2,500 and you can have 7 events in 1 year. So like if I wanted to have like, if I just wanted to have like a networking event or like a meeting or a party, that's one of the events.
We got dates blocked out for that.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And it's 6 events, so it's like an event every other month for your company.
Whoa. No, seriously, like you pay way more than that for.
You would pay way more. You have to pay it up front. And so we just starting this right now to actually handle what you said about the partners.
$2,500. We don't need to say no more.
How work, so I made my own plan for partners.
Business Club. Is it the Business Club or just
the Business Club Co.com. If you're an entrepreneur, if you do events, if you have workshops, if you do $2,500 right now, we'll get you 6 workshop events, whatever you want, and then 1 Saturday for your birthday, or something like that. And that is like a value. You're saving about $2,000, but you have to pay it up front at one time. That's our thanks to our little people.
Yeah. Hey, can we plug in the slingshots?
Oh yeah, we also and then we have slingshots. We have 2 Red 2022 slingshots. If y'all with some great lights, Polaris slingshots, automatics, and we rent them too with the building, without the building. But
slingshots, they the cars.
The 3-wheel motorcycles.
Yeah.
2 wheels in the front.
You got the good sound system too?
Yeah,
it's good enough.
Yeah, good enough.
Look, make it do what it do.
Yeah.
That's a part of
we got that too,
our therapy. So when you want to come here during the day, get you some coffee, get you some knowledge, and then you want to do a little
slingshot
therapy
ride down by the water.
Right by the water.
You can do about an hour, you can do about a day, and those are very affordable too.
And we have palm
Do it on the nighttime when you sit look at the stars and everything.
And the lights at the bottom too. And it's not expensive. I mean, to rent the slingshot right now, we have a promotion. It's $200 during the week and $300 on the weekends, and you gotta add insurance. So $200 during the week, $300 on the weekends. If you want to do it by the hour, it is $50, $75 an hour.
Enterprise, what?
$7 an hour. And all you need is like 2 hours to bring it back and you get your fix. But you can come here and go to the website. I'll put the slingshots on the Business Club website, but you can find them both on there, or you can call us.
All right. Well,
Peace.
Let's get ready for this tour. Y'all gonna show us around the business.
I'm ready
club.
for the tour.
All right, let's go in a second.
Yeah, we talk a lot, don't we?
Yeah.
No, it was so good.